It's Jennifer from Yellow Brick Road Farm. Although the stars of the show today are these cute little baby chicks. Now, these chicks do not stay cute for long. They are Cornish crosses, and they soon grow into meat-producing machines. After about 3 weeks, we will take them out of the brooder, which is where I am right now. You will see there's a heat lamp. There's some waters in here, and we'll have some food in here shortly. Some starter. I use a medicated starter. Some people do, some people don't. I just try to give them the best start that I can. They use a medicated starter for about 3 weeks, and then I will switch them to a grower. So these little chicks soon turn into, like I mentioned, meat-producing chickens. They will become our food and sustenance for the next year, for the winter coming. So we grow about 50 of these. We plan to have a chicken a week. And some of these, though, I will grind. When we butcher them, we will put in through the grinder, and we will actually... sorry, I just see a chick that's not looking very good. So I'm going to go over to him and try to give him... Yeah, so this is why I like to, every time I take all my chicks home, I take them out of the box that they came in, and we picked them up at the feed store just a couple hours ago. Get them home as soon as possible. The feed store is an hour from us. Get them home, get them in the brooder. I put some apple cider vinegar in the water, and then I dip every single chicken's beak in the water so they know where to find the water. And then I put them in the brooder, and then I watch them. And I make sure that if there's any that are not feeling right up to par, that I give them a little extra few swigs of water. And that helps sort of get them jump-started again from their long trek from the valley and to the feed store in Yarmouth where I picked them up. So, and these chicks... So it's important to me that that we raise our own food. I would love to start getting, I've raised meat hens for about 10, 12 years, easily so far. And I would love to make sure that I could be more self-sufficient with our meat hens. So raising a dual cross bird would probably be, and I may be switching to that. There's a new one coming up that looks very promising for producing a lot of meat, as well as, sort of being very chicken-like. They're very chicken-like, though. Look at them. They are so sweet. So it's very important to me that we raise our meat with kindness and dignity and respect. So I really love to raise our own meat. And I'm not going to lie, butchering day is always hard. It is, I take them to a processor in Yarmouth. And, I don't butcher our own. Simply because my husband really, really does not enjoy that process at all. And I really would need to have help with it. And I just have decided that if I want to become, sort of a commercial, more of a... sort of be able to sell some of the chickens later on and become licensed, you actually need to get used to using a processor. It is illegal in Nova Scotia to sell your meat from chickens, which are a commodity, to the public without a license. And that means they need to be processed at a Department of Agriculture approved abattoir or butcher or processor. So I've used Kevin for quite a few years and have been very pleased with him and Karen, actually, at Thousand Hill Farms. They do the processing for me. And it really is seamless, and it really does help me to know that they are treating my birds with dignity and respect as they go through the butchering process. And I am as hands-on as I can to the point that I leave them with them. So these there. So I know a lot of people will be looking at this video and thinking, oh, but they're so cute. And they are. They're very adorable. And, but in the future, we always need to be thinking about, so thinking about our future, we need to be thinking about our future in how we're going to feed ourselves. If we're going to eat meat, it's very important to me that I raise it myself, that I actually see how it was raised, that I actually have my hands on the chickens, the meat, the beef, the pork, the turkeys, that I am actually able to do that. I want to be able to provide for our family, and I also want to be able to give these animals the life that they deserve to have, and thank them for their service to our family. So I did pick up, you'll see him, he just ran by. I had decided not to do turkeys this year. I was actually going to pass on doing turkeys. I still have a couple turkeys in the freezer from last year, and I decided that I was just not going to take that on this year, because I wanted to be able to focus on a family member that is ill, that I'm going to be providing care for the next little bit, which is why I have not become licensed to sell my meat birds this year as planned. I am actually, our lives took a turn over the weekend in a different direction to, being there for a family member who is very ill, and I will be their primary caregiver. So, I am, but I couldn't resist one little bronze Orlops turkey that was left at the feed store today. And I had to get him. So actually, I don't raise turkeys with chickens. They can actually transmit a disease called blackhead to the turkeys, which can actually kill the turkeys and infect your whole, all your flocks. So what I do is actually, I'm going to move that turkey in with the ducks. So I've got baby ducklings in the barn, and I'm going to put that turkey in with the ducks for right now, and let it go under the grow lights with the ducks. So that is what I'm going to do, and that will allow me to have that turkey. But that'll be a nice Christmas dinner for us. So that is my plan. Bronze Orlops are actually a heritage breed turkey, which I love. They are my favorite breed. We usually raise broad-breasted whites, which are a meat breed, which are ready in about 5 months. Heritage turkeys are actually take a little longer. So he won't be ready until close to Christmas. So that is going to be our plan for him. Now, last year we had one escape the processor, and I had brought him home. And we had a broad-breasted white that ended up staying on the farm until he was about 45 pounds. So, yeah, I am not anticipating that we may not be able to let this one go. But, like I mentioned, it's always in our thoughts of how are we going to feed our family the most self-reliant, self-sufficient way. So that is how we would like to do it, is to raise them ourselves. So I do have a friend that is breeding bronze Orlops, and I might possibly be able to get some breeding stock from her to go with this one. And that is something that I do have my hands on, and my thoughts on. But in true Jennifer fashion, that all happened within like the hour that I drove home from the feed store. I've already progressed to that point. That's how my mind works. It's not good. So that actually, may be an option that I could get some breeding stock from her, but it will also depend on the family member that I'm going to be looking after, because that is going to be my first priority, that and just feeding us for the winter. So I'm not going to think too far ahead. I promised myself I wouldn't when we undertook this journey and spoke about it after the weekend, and we had to get some things decided. But that is as far as we have gotten today. So we've picked up our meat hen order, Cornish crosses, 50 in here in the brooder, and that is what we will be raising this year. And one turkey, we have 9 hogs on the go. We just had a lamb, but I believe I'm going to keep the lamb for some wool. And we have some beef cows coming. So that some yearling beef cows, and those will be ready in the fall. So They're all going on our second farm in Welshtown, and that is where that's going to all take place. So these guys will stay here until they go on to pasture. They'll be in the brooder for 3 weeks and under the heat lamps, and then they will be going to a chicken tractor. We have a huge chicken tractor that I move with my truck and just haul it along and put it on fresh pasture every day. That protects them from predators and also gives them access to the outdoors and fresh air and bugs and ground and grit. Keeps them really nice and healthy. So I know that my family is eating the best possible meat we could grow. So that is a little bit about our meat hen journey today. Excuse me. And don't like it when they sit in the water, or I usually put some stones in the water just to keep them out of the waterers. And when they go up on pasture, they will have an automatic waterer. That turkey, he is so funny. He's so clumsy. He keeps stepping on their heads. See, it's another reason why turkeys and chickens can't be together. Turkeys are much bigger and just much more. Turkeys are the dogs of the poultry world. And when I say that, I mean that in the best possible way. However, they are the puppies of the poultry world. They will follow you everywhere. They will go everywhere with you. They are just kind of big, clumsy oofs. And I love my turkeys to death, but they actually need to be separate from the chickens. So yeah, so they're better paired with the duckies. So there, aren't we? Well, we're gonna go in with the ducks. You say bye-bye? There. There, well, everybody looks good in here. I'm gonna go get some starter for them and put that in here as well, and then we will leave them for the evening. I'll check on them again before bedtime, probably every hour until then, just for the first little bit. And it's not unusual to lose about 5% of your birds over the course of the 8 weeks. But I hope never to lose any. I had really good success last year, about a 95% survival rate, 98% survival rate, sorry, for all of my animals, my meat animals. And I really hope that I can continue that into this year. So. See you soon.